Hello students, in this video lecture we are going to discuss an important topic of theory of computation, that is Turing machine. The introduction. Turing machine was invented by Alan Turing in 1936 and it is used to accept recursively enumerable languages, which is also termed as type 0 grammars. Turing machines are the most general model. Turing machines are also used for determining the undecidability of certain languages and measure the time and space complexity of problems. The Turing machine model. The Turing machine can be thought of as a finite control connected to a read/write head. It has one tape which is divided into a number of cells. As you can see in the diagram, there is a finite control and a read/write head is attached to the tape, and the tape is divided into cells of infinite length. Now each cell can store only one symbol. The input to and the output from the finite state automata are affected by the read/write head, which can examine one cell at a time. In one move, the machine examines the present symbol under the read/write head on the tape and the present state of an automata to determine number 1, a new symbol to be written on the tape in the cell under the read/write head. Number 2, a motion of the read/write head along the tape. Either the head moves one cell left or one cell right. The read/write tape can move one cell to the left or one cell to the right. The third point is the next state of the automata. You can easily find the next state of the automata by moving along the tape. And number 4 is whether to halt or not. So these are the 4 points which every transition in the Turing machine arises. A Turing machine is expressed as a 7 tuples. These are the 7 tuples. Right? Capital Q is the finite set of states. Capital T is the tape alphabet. These symbols which can be written on tape. Now capital B is the blank symbol. Every cell is filled with B, capital B, except input alphabets initially. Now sigma is the input alphabet. Symbols which are part of input alphabet. Del is the transition function which maps Q cross T, produces Q cross T cross L, R, which denotes the left and right. Depending on the present state, this and the present tape alphabet pointed by the head pointer, it will move to new state, which is this Q, changes the tape symbol, may or may not be, and move head pointer to either left or right. Now Q naught is the initial state, as you can see, and F is the set of final state. If any state of F is reached, input string is accepted, otherwise not. So we can easily express the Turing machine in terms of these 7 tuples. Now representation of Turing machine. Turing machine can be represented using the following 3 methods. First is representation by instantaneous description. Second is representation by transition table, and third is representation by transition diagram. Now first is representation by instantaneous description. As you can see from the figure, a tape, an infinite tape is there, and the finite control is there, and a read/write head is there. You can see the present symbol under the read/write head is A1. As you can see in the diagram, the present state is Q3 in the finite control, so A1 is written to the right of Q3, like this. A1 is written to the right of Q3. The non-blank symbols to the left of A1 form the string A4, A1, A2, A1, A2, A2. This comes in the left sequence. The sequence of non-blank symbol to the right of A1 is A4, A2. As you can see from the tape, when it comes in the right of the sequence. So this is the representation of instantaneous representation of Turing machine. Now next is the representation by transition table. We give the definition of the transition transition function in the form of table called the transition table. If del q comma a is equal to gamma, alpha and beta, we write alpha, beta, gamma under the alpha column and in the q row, right? Alpha column and the q row. So if we get alpha, beta, gamma in the table, it means that alpha is written in the current cell, beta gives the movement of the head left or right, and gamma denotes the new state into which the Turing machine enters. Now consider, for example, a Turing machine with 5 states, Q1 to Q5, which we can represent in the transition table, right? From Q1 to Q5, where Q1 is the initial state and Q5 is the only final state, which we can denote by the circle. The tape symbols are 0, 1 and B. So the tape symbols are 0, 1 and B, and you can see in the present state, if the present state is Q1, then after getting the tape symbol B, we can reach 1 L Q2 state. Then on getting the tape symbol 0, you can reach to the 0 R Q1 state, where L and R are denoted as left and right. So this is all the representation of Turing machine through transition table. Now next is the representation of Turing machine by transition diagram. Thus, as you can see, the states are represented by vertices. Directed edges are used to represent transition of states. The labels are triples of the form alpha, beta, gamma, where alpha, beta belongs to tau and gamma belongs to left and right movement. When there is a directed edge from state Qi to state Qj with labeled alpha, beta, gamma, it means that del Qi alpha is getting to Qj state, beta and gamma. During the process of an input string, suppose the Turing machine enters the Qi state and the read-write head scans the present symbol alpha. As a result, the symbol beta is written in the cell under the read-write head. The read-write head moves to the left or to the right depending on gamma, and the new state is Qj. So this you can see from the diagram that there are 6 states from Q1 to Q6, and Q1 is the initial state, whereas Q6 is the final state. So you can see how we can represent the Turing machine with the use of a transition diagram. So these are the 3 popular representations of Turing machine we can have. So thank you for watching this video.